Hello, and welcome to week 2 of the ABA's 2018 season. So we simulated the first week. You can check out that video of week 1. Pretty good week. Some star performances, some chemistry issues, and just some close matchups and some gritty teams. So let's see how everybody does in the second week. A lot more will be different the more we learn about these teams. Alright, so we got the first week and we'll simulate through the next week. Don't look at the scores here. Sixers fall victim to it. That's how long a simulation just took when I pressed that button. So here we go. And on the Monday, October 23rd, in 2017, let's see. Daily View. Who in the first game? The 76ers beat the Pistons. Let's look at the Sixers side of the ball. Nice game from rookie Ben Simmons. JJ Redick had a great shooting performance. Embiid was very solid. Ilyasova off the bench was firing. Slow games from Ingram and Saric, but it looks like the bench really picked it up for them and outplayed the Pistons bench. I'm looking around, I see a bunch of efficient scoring, and that's good team basketball. The team just played well, and they got a nice quality win on the road on the Pistons side of the ball. I'm just seeing if there. Well, Embiid really filled the stat. Oh my God! Look at this defense: 4 blocks and 3 steals. Phenomenal game here. And on the Pistons side, looks like they played pretty well. They were just outmatched. Ricky Rubio, 17, 6, and 6, is nice point guard. Kent Bazemore has really been scoring for this team, which you really need if they're going to be in the playoffs for that starter to do a lot of work. Andre Drummond, 13, 13, and 5. Bullock and Galloway and Ish Smith. These guys really brought it, but I'm very concerned because Blake Griffin only had 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting. I guess Dario Saric had all the energy weighing him down. Strange performance, but the Sixers pick up a victory over the Pistons. Next game, the Atlanta Hawks beat the Miami Heat. The Atlanta Hawks win. Dennis Schroeder went off 28, 3, and 5. Nice game. Trevor Booker off the bench. Malcolm Delaney. These guys had great scoring days. They were really trying to boost their trade value, I guess. Taurean Prince, nice game. The starters struggles. Chris is still terrible. Randall had a lot of rebounds but couldn't really score. I'm happy everybody took shots because that's what you want to get that team developing. But they were led by Schroeder, and they scored 36 points in the fourth quarter on the road and just shocked the Heat. Very interesting game. Oh, Heat. Only 3 of 10, Josh Richardson. 3 of 9, Aaron Gordon. Robin Lopez, 5 of 12. So they were not efficient. Some guys brought it, like Wayne Ellington going 5 for 9 from 3 and 5 of 8 from Tyler Johnson. That's pretty amazing, considering their roles on this team are not that large. They were able to just put the ball in the basket from deep. Whiteside was good. So this game shouldn't have been that close considering the Heat shot so well. Their stars were pretty underwhelming in this contest. You do not like to see that from your better players. You would expect more when guys get 31 and 32 minutes and they just don't get it done. The Grizzlies beat the Rockets. What is going on? Upsets in this day. Oh man, the Grizzlies. So Ben McLemore had a great performance, a breakout. Kelly Oubre Jr. shot a lot, as did Chalmers. as did Harrison. But they all, well, they shot terribly, but they must have played good defense. So they had very spread out scoring. Everybody was trying to contribute. They really wanted to beat Houston, and they did. Very impressive. Gortat, nice rebounding. Andrew Harrison still shooting a lot. I can't believe Mario Chalmers took 15 shots. That's worrisome. They should have won by more, but they held it down. On this side, they were just held to. They just had good defense on the other side. James Harden had a nice game, of course. Anthony as well, but Eric Gordon only had 12. Drew Holiday only had 10. Trevor Ariza only had 8, and Capella only had 8. And the bench is going to do what the bench does. So they took the lead in the fourth quarter of the Grizzlies and stole one from Houston. And it looks like these Rockets just didn't have that much firepower. They were going in expecting to get an easy victory, and they came up disappointed. The Bucks win a game. Here we go. Giannis, 38 points, 10 rebounds, very efficient scoring. No one could stop him on the other side. Bledsoe came back strong. John Collins came back strong. Middleton. All right, so this is a great quality win. Everybody did what they're supposed to do. I'm surprised John Henson had 7 assists. I guess he heard the last video where we ripped him apart. That's impressive. So their stars played very well. They shot so efficient. They shot over 50%. And they didn't shoot a lot of 3 balls. So very good team basketball. If they play like that, they're going to be finding themselves in the playoffs. And Giannis like this, that's MVP caliber. On the Hornets side, OG Anunoby, 7 of 8 from 3 land. Just had a phenomenal game, as did Brooks. Dwight Howard was okay. Yeah, this team got outmatched, but this is not a bad game at all from the Hornets. The Bucks were pulling away. Hornets were going into the fourth quarter winning. They played well. They were out. They couldn't stop Giannis. Giannis just won this game, but another respectable game from the Charlotte Hornets. The Warriors just crushed the Mavericks. This seems realistic. Didn't take a lot of effort. Wiggins had a nice game. Curry was alright. Clay didn't have a great game. And Randolph. They played not well, this Warriors team here. But, wow, 9 assists from Draymond. Draymond's just playing a point, I guess, for this lineup. Yeah, spread out scoring. Everybody got involved, but they weren't dominant. They did win the game. I guess just defense won them this game because they were offense is kind of easy, even if the dominance wasn't there on that side of the ball. On this side, they shot a lot of 3-pointers. Oh my God, they shot so many. Warriors just let them have it. They didn't really make. Dennis Smith, another good rookie performance. Pau Gasol was nice. This team was definitely outmatched. They did not play too well. Harrison Barnes against his old team was pretty weak here. 1 of 8 from Bryn Forbes, 1 of 6 from Stockton. So the guards were pretty poor in this game, and they shot a lot. The Raptors, a very impressive win over the Spurs. Kyle Lowry had himself a game. Look at this stat line: 27, 8, 7, and 4 steals. Rocco shot 20 times, and DeRozan shot 18. What is up with that? There are so many rebounds here, and the Stars just shot so much. I don't know what that's about. That's so funny. Rocco's not supposed to shoot 20 times. But they have a very impressive win. Bellinelli goes off. DeRozan clearly was trying to impress the Spurs. Ibaka had a nice game. What a strange performance, but they do win. Their best players do play pretty strong, and their bench had nice efficient scoring. So I don't think there was a lot of defense on the Spurs side, and the Raptors just had their way with shot attempts and lit it up. On the Spurs side, Patty Mills scores 26 points. Marcus Morris 15. So yeah, good defensive game from the Raptors, even though the Spurs do put up a nice clean 112 at home. The Raptors take care of business. And yeah, they're just an interesting team. They're an interesting bunch, these guys. On the other side, they played all right. Didn't play a lot of defense, as you can see, from a very offensive group. The Nuggets beat the Wizards in a battle of, pretty even matchup where you have nice centers on and guards. So on the Nuggets side, Jaylen Brown, 6 of 6 from 3, had an excellent dominant performance. He's an X factor immediately. This team is so much better earlier on. So Jokic had a fantastic game. Jamal Murray was nice. Rozier and Hood off the bench. And Gary Harris with 9 assists. Nice team basketball. It's very balanced. A bunch of talented guys. And it doesn't matter if someone has an off night here, because they have so much talent. Everyone can make shots. Very nice lineup. And then on the Wizards side, I think that the Wizards are not deep and the Nuggets are pretty deep in terms of talent, so it makes sense why they lost, especially on the road. But Justin Holiday had a nice game. Yeah, you can't really say that he's a downgrade right now when Kelly Oubre is in the conversation, because they're playing pretty well. He's playing pretty well compared to what they traded away at that position. John Wall, nice 16 and 10. Gasol had a nice game. Beal was good. Rivers, they were just outmatched, it looks like. Wizards aren't that good, but not bad. The Stars played well. Everybody was efficient. They shot threes pretty nicely, but they were just outmatched. And the Phoenix Suns are rolling over the Sacramento Kings. Devin Book, look at this great scoring right away. So many guys. So these guys rebound like crazy. We know that. We know that the role players are efficient. And we know that Devin Booker's a stud. So he scores 23. Elfrid Payton playing very nice at the point. He's mad he didn't get an extension. There's like so little changes to this actual team that they're playing so well. I can't see anybody different in this group. I don't think they made a single move, and they just look very nice. The Kings side, Kings are a mess immediately. Scal scores 18. Fox, good. I'm noticing that Buddy Hield is having a very tough start to the season. Bigs are playing well. Bogdan's been so slow to start out as well. These guys are bad to start the season. Fox is doing what he can. He's playing pretty well. But the Suns pick up a victory. Kings disappoint again. And I feel like that should have been a much closer matchup between two rebuilding young teams. And that's it for Monday. On Tuesday, not that many games. The Cavs dominate the fucking Bulls, destroy them. LeBron James destroys the Chicago Bulls 33, 12, and 16. And Jeff Teague has 13 assists as well. And Jeff Green goes 6 for 6. Kyle Korver scores 15. And then we talk about DeAndre Jordan having 14 and 13. Marvin Williams. This is like an NBA team against a G League team. It really is. That's embarrassing. They scored so many points and just were amazing on offense. One guy scores over 10 points. There's a lot of balanced scoring. No one really pulls the trigger and gets it forward. So Lauri Markkanen doesn't even have a good game, but he's their leading scorer just by default. 5 of 15, 3 of 10, 3 of 9, 3 of 8. I am done looking at this box score. The Nets, the Gritty Nets beat the undefeated Magic in Orlando. Karis LeVert, nice. Rashawn Holmes, nice. D'Angelo Russell, Corey Joseph, 15 rebounds from Sabonis. So they wanted this win. They wanted to make a statement, and they absolutely do. It's very rare that 5 guys like this all have efficient, good score, well-scoring games, and they just step up. Very impressive considering this team isn't supposed to be that competitive and they're not very consistent, but they all come through here. Good team basketball. They hold the Magic to 91. Vucevic was just destroyed by Jarrett Allen. Only goes 2 for 12. That's an immediate sign he's losing this matchup. Off night for him. Fournier and Dragic do what they can. Wade was terrible. This team just didn't really show up. Maybe that's more like the Orlando Magic. The Knicks beat the Celtics in Boston. These Knicks, man. Kristaps Porzingis, 24 points was just a problem. Alec Burks and Jerry Grant, nice role players. They're very efficient in that Boston building. Everybody shoots better there. Moutier inefficient. Dylan Brooks inefficient, but the other guys got him. And the defense, Enes Kanter, 16 rebounds, 10 points. A battle of just bigs and efficiency, because they didn't shoot him out of the place. And their bench certainly isn't great. Interesting. Some guys were good, some guys were off. Kyrie goes 3 for 11. Al Horford's their leading scorer. I imagine that's when they would lose and nobody else really does anything, especially if Greg Monroe is up here. Tatum only shoots 5 times. Marcus Smart and Wilson Chandler were throwing up bricks. It's a shame when Al Horford has that good a game, but the rest of the team just can't pull it together. Impressive win. Timberwolves take care of the Pacers. Kevin Durant continues his mega hot streak of going off for 28 and 11 of 15, 4 of 7. His job is just so easy right now. Towns 23, 12 and 5. So dominant. Jimmy 15. George Hill very nice, 15 and 7. That's when they really put a beating on the other team. Markieff Morris goes 8, 9, and 9. So strange. His stats are so much better because of the team he's on. And the bench guys were efficient. I like this bench of Tim Frazier, a nice small passing guard, a nice rebounding big who can score inside. Then you got some scorer right here, a nice athletic guy, nice team. Pacers, other side, yeah, they were outmatched clearly, especially on the road. It's okay, but Oladipo had a nice game. He played big against the big team. Turner was nice. Yeah, I guess if the team is rebuilding, or you don't have that high expectations, is okay. But they got some quality performances from their role players, but Thad Young was overmatched down low, and Spencer Dinwiddie didn't really have that confident of a game, and neither did Etuan Moore. They were just very afraid, it looked like. The Pelicans squashed the Trailblazers. Here's Bojan Bogdanovic, finally. 23 points, 9 of 13, 3 of 5. So Anthony Davis, I'm looking at this crazy number, 24 rebounds. Oh my God. Wow. So he only scores 11. He's the 6th leading scorer on this team. Everyone did very well. And Tony Parker off the bench had 8 assists, and Garrett Temple had 7, and Batum had 8 off the bench. Very good team basketball. Kemba had a nice performance. Tobias was okay. They didn't shoot great, obviously, all these guys. But wow, they played Portland basketball where they just shot well and go for big rebounds and pass. They out Portland, it looks like. Portland, McCollum and Lillard could not shoot well at all. That's when they'll lose because their bench guys can't really go off. They're pretty capped, but they did have okay games. Michael Beasley only two of 12 and 1 of 7 from Nurkic. That is very concerning. Pelicans just played a very dominant game. We're defensive, and we're putting on a clinic in Portland. It looks like they were very comfortable in the opposing building. The Clippers get a win. The Clippers beat the Jazz, which sucks for the Jazz, but Chris Paul 17 and 10, DeMarcus Cousins 20 and 12, light work. Will Williams 23, very nice. Kevin Love gets a lot of rebounds. His scoring, I don't think he's going to be that big a scoring option on this team, but he does rebound. Jarek Favors off the bench. Game could have been a lot farther apart, but they do play a nice game. The Stars really take over at home. Not everybody was great, but nobody was bad. I'm looking at it here. No one was bad. They were pretty typical. And then the Jazz. So Avery Bradley is really frustrated with his teammates because he's having a tremendous season. Donovan Mitchell had his best game yet, it looks like. Joe Ingles played well. They just need to play defense. I don't know why they won't play that much defense because Bradley's a great defender. Ingles is known for perimeter D. Gobert is a very good shot blocker, but I guess the rest, even Reggie Jackson's defensive, but I don't know. There's not that much scoring. I thought this team would be better, but maybe they're just getting used to a fit. They're not doing that great. Rudy Gobert inside had a lot of rebounds. They were close. I'm more encouraged that they kept this game close. Maybe they're just not good enough yet. I guess not having Rubio really slows down the offense. That's it for Tuesday. On Wednesday, a lot of games on Wednesday. Let's run through these quick. The Hornets beat the Nuggets. I knew the Hornets were going to upset someone, especially at home. So not really Dwight Howard, but Kid Gilchrist scores, Brooks scores, Satoransky plays a nice game. Anunoby fell way back down to earth. I was looking for him. I expected him. But Jeremy Lamb, nice game. Bihalika was good. Yeah, this is just an interesting game. They played good defense. Nikola Jokic 1 of 7. So Dwight Howard shut down this whole offense that revolves around Nikola Jokic. Trey Lyles shot way too many times with all this offensive talent. Poor shot selection or just good defense on the Charlotte side. Yeah, so they were efficient, but they clearly weren't dominant. They were always probably wanting more. Timberwolves, not hot, but they do beat the Pistons. Timberwolves are on fire. Towns dominates Drummond. He's so good. Markieff Morris up there. Kevin Durant doesn't do that well. I'm surprised, to be honest. Expected more. Jimmy has 5 steals and a nice game. It's so hard to stop everybody. I mean, team is just so dominant, so top heavy with their stars. Josh Hart, nice game off the bench. This was interesting. Yeah, just low scoring. They didn't shoot great. Their bench guys took a lot of shots. They didn't have that many 3 balls. Jonathan Gibson was 2 of 7. I would never imagine. And 9 points. And 9 minutes. But they do get the victory over the Pistons. Alright, they shut him down low. That's a sign of a loss. So Blake, only 3 of 9. I'm more concerned with him lately. Drummond not really scoring is very weird, considering he should probably have a great battle with Towns. Rubio's really scoring. Kent Bazemore took a lot of shots trying to shoot this team back into contention, but Jimmy Butler obviously had him there. The role players outplayed Blake Griffin and Drummond. That's a loss right there. Next game. Rockets beat the Sixers. Impressive win. James Harden, 36 points. Excellent shooting. Yeah, he's going to torch J.J. Redick in this matchup. Eric Gordon shot a lot. But Carmelo Anthony. Eric Gordon was up with the Sixers here. Carmelo had nice scoring. Trevor Ariza had a much better game, surprisingly. Drew Holiday didn't shoot really, but was just passing the ball. He's playing very nice point guard for them. Clint, good double-double. In 34 minutes against Joel Embiid, good double-double. Got those rebounds, inside scoring. Yeah, good veteran game here. And then the Sixers, they were beaten by a better team. I'll go with that. They played well. Ilyasova, 16 off the bench, being a nice bench player. Sarge, 20 points. You like to see that. Ben Simmons, nice stat line from the rookie. Joel Embiid is good. Brandon Ingram hasn't been that good, but I guess my expectations are higher because of real life. This was a good game for them. This was good. They didn't struggle on the starters. The Cavs take care of the Nets, as they definitely should be. So LeBron is just outstanding and so unstoppable. Jay-Z must have been courtside in Brooklyn. So LeBron, 35 points and 12 assists. DeAndre Jordan has been a phenomenal acquisition over Kevin Love because he's defending the rim. 20 and 14. Jeff Teague, 23 and 8, has been an excellent point guard for them, who probably makes this offense so much better. Korver's nice role playing. Marvin Williams good. Clarkson some assists here. Great win by this team. They just played excellent defense and were so dominant with their stars. That's a good sign. D'Angelo Russell playing better, 21 points. Karis LeVert, only 13. Role players were much better than the starters. Joe Harris, 2 of 7. Sabonis, 1 of 6. Wow. So they had their hands full with the Cavs, and they shot 9 of 31 from 3, trying to play catch up, I guess. Most of the way, they couldn't really stop them down the stretch in the fourth. Yeah, bad game. I'm only on Wednesday. I'm so sorry. I gotta pick this up. Miami crushed the Spurs. What the fuck? Wayne Ellington goes off. Josh Richardson. So they had a shoot around. Wow, the Spurs played terrible defense. Whiteside was great. Robin Lopez had so many open looks. Josh Richardson and Wayne Ellington were on fire. They lit it up. Aaron Gordon was better. Tyler Johnson, nice scoring. These guys just could shoot if they wanted to. Wow, very, very easy buckets from this team here. Wow, impressive. And then the Spurs, who didn't play offense either. Marcus Morris and Rudy Gay had great games, but Patty Mills, no. Collison, no. Dirk Nowitzki, no. And Marcus Aldridge did not play well at all. He should have been a higher scoring player here. And the rest of the guys did not play well, including Danny Green, who had 5 points in 28 minutes. And Aldridge didn't even score 10. Wow. In 35 minutes. The Thunder take care of the Pacers. Russell Westbrook, 45 points. 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Adams a double-double. Westbrook went 5 of 8 from 3. I guess Dinwiddie wasn't even guarding him. Wow. They shot terribly, these guys. Patrick Patterson had so many shots. So did Gerald Green. Tyreek was only 1 of 5. I guess he can be very hot and cold. Westbrook won this game for them because everybody else was pretty poor, despite Paul George having a nice clean 25. They played awful. Westbrook really bailed them out and was just so dominant. And the Pacers, Oladipo. So yeah, we're not going to kill this team every game for losing. We know that they're not that strong, but Oladipo played well against his former team. Dinwiddie had 8 assists, so he's purely just playing like point guard for them. Dinwiddie's really not scoring. That's concerning. He should be more. But Hollis Jefferson has a nice 20. Miles Turner 12. The bench guys are all right. Matthews and Moore didn't want to step up because they were locked down. The Mavericks only scored 76 points. That's going to be a quick summary. The Grizzlies, they win again. Corey Brewer leads them in scoring this time. Otto Porter plays tremendous. Kelly Oubre was all right. I'm more impressed with their defense. Their offense wasn't really here. 3 balls were here. 3 balls were great, but they weren't that efficient. But they still pulled out a W because the Mavericks just let them have like a lot of chances to win this game. The Mavericks are so bad. Harrison Barnes, 5 of 16. Powell leads them in scoring again, despite him being like 36 years old. Dennis Smith, inefficient. Oh my God. The guards are so bad. These guys are so bad for them. They have 2 Andersons. I just noticed that. They were terrible too. Phoenix beats Utah. Utah is a big problem. We'll evaluate them in a second. They let Phoenix score 117 points. And here, Josh Jackson leads them in scoring, so that's a breakout for him. He's the rookie. Devin Booker has a nice game. Okay, so the bigs rebound. And Elfrid Payton has a lot of assists and runs the offense nicely. Troy Daniels still taking too many shots. But TJ Warren and Devin Booker, these guys are great, and Josh Jackson, it's a good sign and a W. Traditional basketball. This side, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Ricky Rubio for Reggie Jackson's a nightmare. So Reggie Jackson, only 2 of 11, has 11 assists. That's pretty nice, but only 2 of 11. That's so poor efficiency. Ingles was alright. So Ingles is alright. Doug McDermott finally scores. Avery Bradley comes back down to earth, but he still has a nice game here. Rudy Gobert has 22 rebounds and 21 points against the weak Phoenix centers because they're not that strong. Donovan Mitchell, a nice game, but I don't think they have a win. And their bench doesn't seem to be that there yet. And their stars are not playing defense, and that's a concern. The offense is clearly here. Reggie can pass. Gobert has rebounding ability. Mitch can score. Bradley plays defense and can score, but they look very like top heavy, it looks like, because they're not getting bench production, and those guys just aren't playing defense. Very strange. Got more games. The Raptors beat the Warriors in a very nice matchup. Robert Covington, 25 points, plays big. DeMar DeRozan has an excellent game. Kyle Lowry's down here. Poor shooting, but he fills it up and plays great team basketball. Ibaka, Valanciunas, Bellinelli, and Anthony Tolliver. So the Warriors bench was just outmatched in this one because they couldn't stop the bench. Tolliver, Bellinelli had nice games. Wow, so they had a good performance, more traditional basketball, and guys just stepping up. On the Warriors side, I'm concerned because Steph Curry has not played well all season. 15, 7, and 8. Klay Thompson finally gets it going. Andrew Wiggins, only 3 of 12. So Robert Covington just tore him apart, and he's been their leading scorer. So that's why they lose. Finally, Draymond scores, but this doesn't really mean anything. Lance has a nice game. Randolph, good performance. He must know those guys well already in this point of his career. But the Raptors, very encouraging. They beat the defending champs in Oracle. So, yeah. And the last game, the Wizards. Very impressive win over the Lakers, who were just having fun in LA. So Justin Holiday is a stud. He's been such a surprise. John Wall, excellent game. 19 points, 12 assists, running the offense like it's a clinic. Frank Kaminsky does well. Bradley Beal, not great, but his teammates pick him up. Jeff Green rebounds. Marcus Gasol, nice game. Good game. Lakers side. Lonzo still shooting too much. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, I don't want to see that ever again. Terrible. Brogdon was nice. Kuzma was nice. Olynyk, a nice scoring game from him against Washington. But these guys are clearly not there yet. Thursday. Bear with me here. Not that many games today. In a battle of very terrible teams, the Bulls win easily 131-97. Lauri Markkanen has an excellent performance. Jalen Jones, I really didn't know who this guy was, but he's playing so well for them. Chris Dunn, breakout performance. That's encouraging. Damian Dotson was alright. Frank had 7 assists. Whoa. Wow. So they just brought it tonight, and the Hawks played no defense. Dennis Schroeder, good scoring. Randall was alright. Chris finally scores double digits. Taurean Prince back to a miserable game. Despite so many minutes, take more shots, man. You can't have less shots than Trevor Booker. Trevor Booker's going to take double these shots. Trevor Booker is so important to the Hawks team, but he's a good trade piece. Yeah, this team will get better in years to come. Nice game from Luke Kennard. The Mavericks win. They beat the Grizzlies in Memphis. Dallas is actually good? Question mark. They were so bad, but they win here. Dennis Smith has a very good game. Harrison Barnes bounces back, and Pau Gasol scores 21. You can't lose when you have 3 guys scoring 20 points. Forbes played better. Yogi Ferrell played better. Ryan Anderson was just... I'm going to say these were all air balls, 0-7. Okay, well, they played better for sure. I think this was a much more fair matchup, but wow, Pau Gasol has been sensational for them. Such a nice pickup, so important to this team. Barnes played better, and Smith, a very nice performance here. Pau Gasol, I'm still trying to process this. He went 3 of 4 from 3, and they shot over 50%, obviously. And this Mavericks team is in a rebuild, but they played well. Maybe they moved Pau Gasol. I don't know. He's important. It's fun. It's fun that Pau Gasol's on this team because he's so old. Playing like a Dirk. Grizzlies had 102 shot attempts. Kelly Oubre could not find the bucket at all. We're going to put this loss solely on Kelly Oubre. The whole team played well. Deontay Davis, 12. Jerome Martin, 11-9. Mario Chalmers, 14. DeJounte Murray, 16, 5, and 5. Andrew Harrison, 18, 4 of 6 from 3. And Otto Porter played tremendous, 26 points. And yet they lose because Kelly Oubre went 1 of 14 in 32 minutes. Wow. Very strange. Oh, they went to OT. Okay. So maybe Oubre just lost them in OT. Cool. Celtics beat the Bucks by 1 point. Impressive. Kyrie 40-9. So he obviously takes over, but he takes 30 shots. Wow. Tatum 17 was good. Chandler's good. Horford. Very prototypical game, and Kyrie Irving just took over. There's like nothing obscure about this box score. But Kyrie Irving just scoring 40 the night Kyrie scored 40. Willed them the victory. I imagine Giannis had a good game. 23, 8, and 5 is good. Bledsoe 18, 5, and 8. And Chris Middleton stepped up with 31. That's huge because if they're going to go somewhere, they need Chris Middleton to do well. They were outmatched. The bench is not that good. Courtney Lee only had 7 points in 30 minutes. You need him to shoot more. They kept it really close. The bench actually played well. I'm going to take my comment back. Thon had 7. Henson had 8 and 10 and 5. He just keeps passing. Very obscure. Tony Snell had a very clean 8. Zeller had 10. So the bench guys did well, but I don't know. Just couldn't get it done. They were beat by Kyrie. That's on you, Bledsoe. Nice game from Giannis again. Clippers beat Portland pretty easily here. 26 and 10 from Chris Paul. DeMarcus Cousins, a very easy 23, 7, and 5. Kevin Love, rebounds. Nice scoring. Tim Hardaway, 21. Tim Hardaway doesn't miss. Portland, poor defense. Nice game from Rondo. Williams is alright. Star power. Chris Paul and DeMarcus Cousins just getting it done. Kevin Love. Will. Tim Hardaway doesn't miss. It's going to be an easy victory, but they played much better defense. Their offense was so good, but they played much better defense. Portland, So Beasley comes back very strong. Lillard was great. McCollum 4 of 10. They had a good offensive game, it looks like. Could have been better, but they had a good offensive game. They were outmatched by the Clippers, and they couldn't play that well defense. Last game of the day, the Kings beat the Pelicans very easily, so the Kings are competent. Taj Gibson and J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith and Taj Gibson beat this team. Wow. So Taj has 18 and 12. He was a problem for them. I'm trying to picture that in my head. J.R. Smith, very nice shooting. De'Aaron Fox, not good. But De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield were 8 of 24. But somehow they beat the Pelicans by 22. I'm very curious to see the flip side of this box score. How'd they do well? So they got like very easy looks, it looks like. Because Scal went 7 of 8. I'm so surprised that the Kings win this game. And very easily. The Pelicans. Anthony Davis at 25 and 12. A very nice game. Mirotic shot a lot. Kemba shot a lot. Tobias was terrible. Tony Parker barely had some passing. Batum and Temple, so they shot horrific. Horrific shooting from this team. You expect them to shoot better because they have so much three-point potential. Bogdan was alright. Friday. The Hornets beat the Rockets. The Hornets. We like these Hornets. They're very fun. Dwight Howard, 23 and 16. Welcome back. Facing Houston in a revenge game. He's still getting it done in 2018. Very surprising. Nice balanced scoring all around. They won this game on defense. Very untraditional. Anunoby, 16. Montrezl Harrell, 12. Off the bench. Tyus Jones, 9. Starters were not that good. 2 of 10 from Bilika. 3 of 8 from Jeremy Lamb. He only has 6 points. Satoransky only has 6 points. So team effort. Someone's going to pick him up. and I can't believe they win. They just play defense and they don't shoot that well. They're a terrible three-point shooting team. They win on defense. James Harden did a lot more passing than scoring. So credit MVP in this game to, I don't know, Jeremy Lamb, I guess, locked him down. Melo had a nice game. Eric Gordon. So J.J. Barea shot 11 times and cost him this game off the bench in only 14 minutes. Drew Holiday, not well. Only 10 points. Capella could barely rebound against Dwight Howard. So this was strange. This is a strange performance. I would have expected Harden to shoot a lot more. But I guess the defense was here. Maybe they were just thinking about going out to the club. I don't know. The Spurs beat the Magic, so the Magic are falling a little bit. And the Spurs come back with some defense. So on the road, Marcus Morris 24, Marcus Aldridge 18 and 12. Dirk scores 16. Interesting. This fun team, man. It's just who's gonna step up. They have a lot of veterans. Not bad. Darius Miller, nice game off the bench. Rudy Gay, nice game off the bench. They were wow. Norman Powell was great. Good game. Vucevic struggles again, 3 of 8. I don't know what's going on with him. Augustine and Dragic. So Dragic and Fournier weren't good at all, and as was Augustine. So they shot very poorly. D Wade was their leading scorer, which you like to see, but in a loss, I can kind of understand this box score. Outmatched by veterans, outcoached. Vucevic is struggling for sure. The Hawks beat the Nuggets by 28 points, and I need 3 seconds to process this. Okay, so the Hawks played very well. Dennis Schroeder has been a force. Fearless. Julius Randle picked it up. Malcolm Delaney stepped up with 15 huge points. Julius Randle. They wanted to win this game badly. It must have been a big crowd on Friday night. Wow. I can't believe the Hawks took this one home. So Randle scored 16. Prince was much better. And Trevor Booker, man. Trevor Booker is just doing Trevor Booker things. Need a nickname for him soon. On the Nuggets side, so Jokic was better. Jaylen Brown was 6 of 17. Nice. Jamal Murray, 8 of 18. So in a battle of like inexperienced guys, I guess the Nuggets were just completely shut down on the defensive side of the ball. So this must have been Prince and Schroeder just locking these young guys up. Very impressive. Statement win. I don't know how I'm going to get through this sentence. Wow. Look at these guys. 1 of 7. Come on. I don't know how I'm going to get through this sentence, but the Atlanta Hawks beat the Denver Nuggets by 28 points. And they were really trying. The Nets beat the Knicks. Nice game from the Nets. Wow, look at this great scoring. What a great game from the Brooklyn Nets. Wow, they played well. All right. Joe Harris was electric. Shot a lot of free throws, as did Allen Krabs. The Knicks were just whacking them on the bright lights. They wanted this win in the Battle of New York. Karis LeVert didn't do much. D'Angelo Russell was the 5th leading scorer. So credit to Allen Crabbe. Credit to Jared Allen getting a lot of easy looks. Allen Crabbe, 1 of 8, but 11 of 11 from the free throw line. He was shooting so much. He was really trying to live up to that contract he's got. Rashawn Holmes, a lot of scoring. Wow. Impressive win. On this side, Kristaps Porzingis has 33 points in a loss. Damn. The team did not come through for him. Alec Burks 0 for 5. Moody 1 of 7. Grant 0 of 3. Dylan Brooks 1 of 5. The guards were atrocious in this game. The forwards were pretty solid, but they could not shoot. 3 of 19 from 3. Unfortunate that Porzingis played very well. 33 points again. Cantor did not get a lot of rebounds. Yeah, they played pretty poor. The Thunder beat the Timberwolves by 1. Westbrook's revenge. Nice game. 1 second here. The Thunder have a very nice win here over the Timberwolves. They get it done. So Paul George, very great, 29, 7, and 5. Plays very well against Kevin Durant on the road. Westbrook 21, 14, and 7, and Tyreek Evans 18 and 8. And Steven Adams gets all the rebounds for the Westbrook, but he has a nice efficient 16. The bench players were fine. They put the ball in the basket, and their star players really got it done. Scary fourth quarter they let up, but they played good defense and they outplayed them. Wow, Westbrook went nuts. All right, so Durant really went crazy. Durant scores a very easy 40, but Jimmy Butler and Karl Towns Jimmy Butler and Karl Towns could not really do much. So the rest of the team played fine. Everybody scored, which is good. You always like to see that, but Towns wasn't so dominant. Jimmy Butler wasn't putting up big numbers. Defense lost in this game because they should have realized that they had more star power. But this was a close, nice game. Durant, 40 and a loss. You know Westbrook's happy. 8 of 11 from 3. Very impressive from KD. Sucks to suck. Warriors beat the Wizards. So Steph Curry plays nice, but he's still not shooting great. I don't know what's up with this. But 29 and 6. Draymond, phenomenal game. 11 assists. 3 steals and 2 blocks. Fills it up. Just tears apart JaMychal Green in his own game. Clay only shot 6 times. So the Warriors had a very nice team game. David West had 16. Zaza had 12. Lance had 10. Vince Carter didn't miss. So the Wizards just got outplayed on the bench side. Very nice game from the Warriors at home. Looks like Curry just played much better, and the rest of the team benefited. And Clay knew he wasn't hitting his shots, a true pro. But Draymond was an animal, just lighting it up over that team. 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 15 points. Wow, tremendous game. And the Raptors beat the Lakers, so the Raptors take care of business. They're not really losing to bad teams, it looks like. They're getting it done. DeRozan plays phenomenal again. Kyle Lowry, 10 assists. What a stellar backcourt they have. Covington doesn't shoot well, but he shoots only 3s, as does Bellinelli. That's so funny. They hit some of them. Tolliver off the bench has been nice. Ibaka, they shot a lot of 3s, and they did not play well, but their stars took over. Yeah, their bench did not do too hot. A win for DeRozan and Lowry. Everybody else did not play great. They were thinking about LA nightlife. Malcolm Brogdon has 31 points. Wow. Very impressive. Kelly Olynyk has been a very good scorer. Lonzo shoots better. This fun team, they played competitively, but they let the Raptors score 44 in the fourth quarter. Wow, there's so much like exciting developments happening on this team. Siakam, Adebayo, Kuzma, Lonzo. Fun team. I need to look at this again. 15 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. Nice. Saturday. Oh, I gotta get through these quick. Pelicans beat the Cavs. Alright, so the Pelicans can beat good teams. Tobias Harris, very nice 25. Anthony Davis, 24. Doesn't do a lot of rebounding against DeAndre Jordan. It looks like it's okay. But Tobias bounces back really strong. Wins this game for them. Kemba Walker, 20 and 8. So the big three did nice. Everyone else did okay. Everyone else did fine. Nobody did poorly. This was a good win for them. And they held the Cavs to 105, which is good. On the Cavs side, okay, wow. A lot of play here. Very nice. So LeBron, 26, 8 and 5. Jeff Teague, 12 assists again. This offense just run through Jeff Teague. Clarkson plays much better. Oh, LeBron, 0 of 7 from 3, bro. Come on. 5 steals, but 0 of 7 from 3. That's why they lost the game. Because LeBron couldn't make from deep. They had a great, efficient game. They play nice team basketball. Kyle Korver's still good. And they lost this game because they could not stop the star players. They just had more star players on the other side of the ball. Something that Cleveland should probably worry about looking forward to an Eastern Conference matchup. But LeBron, 26, 8 and 5. The Bulls get crushed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Westbrook a triple-double. Paul George 28 points. Steven Adams 19. And Tyree 13, 5 and 6. So the starting group is here, and the chemistry is tremendous. Westbrook really couldn't be happier here. Raymond Felton, nice. Bench, good job by the bench. What an excellent game from the Thunder. They played so well. Well, the Bulls played terrible defense. They are a terrible team. Wow. Costa Kufos shot led them in scoring. Lauri Markkanen went 2 of 19 and 1 of 10 from 3. That is the end of this game. I do not care for more. The Rockets, 94 points. They beat the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies just got shut down. Harden, a triple-double, even though he doesn't take that many shots. Eric Gordon does. Nice triple-double from Harden. Holiday plays well. Anthony plays well. The Rockets beat the Grizzlies in a game they should have won. Clint Capella, 5 points, 17 rebounds, 3 blocks. Tremendous work, son. Tremendous work. And yeah, Rockets beat the Grizzlies. Grizzlies, very poor shooting, even though the threes were kind of there. Gortat 4 of 12. Oubre 3 of 13. Where's Otto? Otto 2 of 9. Not a good game for them. Outmatch. Whoop. Miami. So Miami beats the Celtics. Miami 23 points. Whiteside 23 points, 16 rebounds. A very nice game here. Gets the win. Wayne Ellington's been great. I assume he's off the bench. He should be. He's playing tremendous off the bench. Aaron Gordon's still kind of struggling, but he gets 15 boards. So they beat the Celtics, which is pretty impressive, and they do it at home. Pretty efficient game. Pretty efficient game. They don't shoot that many threes, and that's why it was close. Celtics. Greg Monroe has been playing very well off the bench. Jason Tatum only 4 of 10. Marcus Smart can't really shoot. I guess he's not motivated since he is paid. Jerry Grant only 1 of 7. Al Horford has 17 rebounds, but Kyrie doesn't score 20. And I think that's why they lost, because Kyrie just couldn't do enough. Dallas squashes the Sixers. The Dallas Mavericks are the most interesting team in the NBA right now. David Stockton played much better. Bryn Forbes was better. So Philly just got worked by Dallas. In Dallas, they had such a nice offensive game, and Harrison Barnes and Dennis Smith were very impressive. What a nice combo they have here. Harrison Barnes played very well. There's not much else to talk about. The Sixers. So Brandon Ingram is struggling to start the season. He is very inexperienced, I know, but he is struggling. Ben Simmons, 9 assists, 14 points. You like to see that. Joel Embiid, 16 and 12. JJ Redick had an excellent game. The rest of the team played very poor. The whole rest of the team was bad, but JJ Redick had a very nice game himself. Made it interesting for Philly. If he didn't shoot well, I don't know what this team would have done. Sarge, 4 of 15. Mavericks just, I don't know. I think the Sixers were cold. I can't say the Mavericks had a good game on defense, because they do not have that talent. Oh my God, the Jazz are a huge problem. The Lakers, Lonzo, 15 fucking three-point attempts, bro. How the fuck are you doing? You feeling yourself, huh? 20 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. You already had the triple-double, son. Maybe he was going for offensive rebounds with those long shots. Anyway, nice game from Lonzo. He's the star of this team right here. Malcolm Brogdon had a great game. Kyle Kuzma had a great game. Evan Turner played well. Iguodala. So 5 guys score over 15 points. That's so strange. And Kelly Olynyk doesn't score 10. This team had so many three-point attempts. Unbelievable. Bojan Marjanovic shot a 3. But this team was just playing very nice team basketball. They played small. The small won this game because they realized they weren't going to beat Gobert, it looks like, at the rim. And that's what's fun. This young team, just guards taking a lot of shots. These guys are a weird fit. I don't know how they would ever do on the same team. They were lighting it up in Utah. Alright, but their home team was not. So Mitchell is playing very well again. Rudy Gobert still getting rebounds. I don't know what the problem... Okay, so the problem I think on this team is definitely the bench, because Avery Bradley's been playing well. Donovan Mitchell has been playing well. Rudy Gobert's a nice center. Reggie Jackson played much better. Offense... I don't think offense is the problem, but these are not competent bench players. Zach Collins can't defend. Sam Decker does nothing. Udo is a terrible backup center. Doug McDermott is just not efficient. Jarrett Jack is old as fuck. He's only good for offense. So this team just has much more offense than defense, and they really need to trade that. It's very attractive to trade offensive pieces. They need to get more experience and defensive pieces because these bench guys are not competent. The core is there. Gobert, Bradley, Mitchell, Reggie Jackson. The core is there. Joe Ingles, fine, only 8 points. But the Jazz are needing some more bench players. We have 2 more games on this day. Portland just gets squashed. The Phoenix Suns are on a fucking tear. Josh Jackson playing very well again. Devin Booker only 4 of 14, 1 of 8 from 3, but his teammates got him on the road even. TJ Warren, nice. Alex Len, they get rebounds. There's a formula, a very clear formula, the Phoenix formula. So you get rebounds, you get guys who can pass, and then you get wings that can score easily, and you just chuck up too many threes, but you play good defense. Phoenix Suns, so interesting how they're so good. If they make the playoffs, I'll be very surprised. This team. There were no changes to this team, and this team got the #1 pick in real life because they were that bad. But here I think I saw 5-1. It's unbelievable. Portland loses again. Lillard doesn't shoot well. That's gonna cost them. They played terrible defense. That's the only why. They got outmatched. Offense wasn't there. Stanley Johnson took 11 shots. Their bench players did not play well. They shot way too many times. This team is not great. They need a better bench. That is clear because their bench guys are so limited. Michael Beasley played 23 minutes. He's a starter. He took 4 shots. I don't know why he's so hot and cold. Brook Lopez off the bench. Maybe that's the acquisition you have to move, because he's good, but he can probably bring back more in return. Off the bench, he's not playing that many minutes, but he is playing well. The centers are good. The rest of the team, not so much. Lillard and McCollum should be scoring more. The Pistons beat the Clippers in LA. Back comes Blake Griffin in LA. Makes so much sense. I don't know how Toke knows this. Andre Drummond, 10 and 12, 4 of 17 against DeMarcus Cousins. Andre Drummond is just playing so poor. But Royce O'Neal shoots well. Ed Davis plays very well. Ricky Rubio has been scoring. Ricky Rubio is why this team is so good right now, because Blake is already there. Very nice acquisition. Blake played excellent. The rest of the team was alright. They made their 3-pointers, and they played some good defense. The Clippers, Tim Hardaway was nuts. He was so hot this week. But Chris Paul shot 4 times. Chris Paul played very bad in this game. It looks like he just didn't have it on this day. Kevin Love, 12 and 13. DeMarcus Cousins, 12 and 11. So they got easy buckets. It looks like the Pistons just had more will in this game, and Tim Hardaway just wanted to get all these open. It looks like they just said, Tim Hardaway, we don't really care about this game, take over. He did. The rest of the team played very poor in this one particular matchup. Sunday. Okay. The Bucks squashed the Hawks. Very nice. Antetokounmpo, 31, 5, and 7. Bledsoe has 16 points and 10 assists. Courtney Lee off the bench. Here we go. Breakout game for Courtney Lee. 23 points, 10 of 11, 3 for 3 from 3. Phenomenal game from Courtney Lee off the bench. If he can do that consistently, I don't know how he would, but that'd be great. Chris Middleton was alright. John Henson still playing pretty well, to be honest. And that's it. I mean, the best players played well, and they dominated who they should have. Antetokounmpo is just so good this year. He's taking a lot of shots. I'm very happy with that. Courtney Lee, 23 points. I can win them some games in the playoffs. There's not much here. Dennis Schroeder didn't play great. Taurean Prince did not play well. Tyler Dorsey took too many shots. Malcolm Delaney took too many shots. Julius Randle was efficient, but the rest of the team was pretty terrible. Pacers beat the Spurs. They really hold them. Spurs are so hot and cold. I don't know what it is, but the Pacers win. They needed a win. They got one over a pretty solid, deep team. It looks like this was still Rondé Hollis Jefferson who's playing well. Etwan Moore and Thad Young were efficient. Everybody was pretty efficient, except for these guys down low. They played great defense. Um, and yeah, they did not play good offense, the Pacers, but they did get open looks, and Oladipo willed them to victory. Spurs, what a train wreck this game was. Darren Collison did so poorly. Danny Green has been awful. This backcourt should be so much better. Collison and Green. Mills didn't shoot well. Aldridge only took 10 shots and scored 11 points. Rudy Gay scored 12, and Dirk led them in scoring with 15. They clearly didn't really want to win this game or care that much. It's a shame because they are talented, but they're too close in talent. That's the problem, because everybody's like good, but there's no clear stars, and that's why there's so much inconsistency, and it's just hard to have a consistent game plan if you don't have someone that's going to take over all the time. The Nets in overtime beat the Nuggets. The Nets are just playing well right now. D'Angelo Russell, 23 points. Sabonis, 11 and 11. Someone told Brooklyn they don't have their own pick. And they decided to play well. Dante Cunningham went nuts, 17 points. Alan Crabb is he off the bench? Yeah. Alan Crabb off the bench has been electric, shooting very well. Rashawn Holmes and Jared Allen, easy buckets against those very good bigs. So this is good team basketball. Joe Harris played well, but D'Angelo Russell really willed them to victory. Very worried about Karis LeVert, who's getting so many minutes, but not really doing anything with those minutes. Nuggets side of the ball. Very nice scoring, but they let up way too many points to a bad team. So a bad defensive effort, not a good defensive team. What the fuck was Terry Rozier doing off the bench? That is so poor. Unbelievable. Jamal played very well. Rodney Hood played very well. Jalen played very well. Jokic did not play well. 11, 16 to 5 looks nice, but he couldn't really get it done against Jared Allen. Inexperience. They can be good teams, but they lose to pretty bad ones because they just don't have that much will. They're talented, but they're not consistently good like young teams usually are. Hornets beat the Magic. I don't think the Magic won this week, but the Hornets sure did. Marshawn Brooks was great. Jeremy Lamb was great. Pelicans was good. Dwight Howard was amazing. Dwight Howard is playing so well in whatever year this is for him. These recaps are so hard for the Hornets because they're such a strange team, but they play offense well, and somehow they're good defensively. It's just so random what they do. There's no real like formula to it because their lineup's so like wishy-washy. But I think that Satoransky is just a nice fit with Jeremy Lamb. Marshawn's a great bench player. Bihalika is good next to Dwight Howard. It's a nice fit, honestly. The Magic. So finally Vucevic comes back strong. Jonathan Simmons has a field day. D Wade plays well, but they just played no defense. And Goran Dragic goes 4 of 11, and Fournier only shoots 7 times. So they were preoccupied because they couldn't play their game. They couldn't stop this Hornets train. I'm so surprised that the Hornets are this good. They trade Kemba and they're so good still. The Kings beat the Wizards. The Kings are playing well recently. Taj Gibson and J.R. Smith. Again, I don't know why this works, but it works. J.R. plays so well. Taj Gibson's excellent. De'Aaron Fox, nice. Buddy Hield, still nothing really. But this 3-man unit, man, this 3-man unit is something else. In De'Aaron Fox, J.R. Smith, and Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson, tremendous. This side, Great game from Beal, Wall, Holiday again, and Gasol. The bench, not really, but I mean that's kind of typical. Um, they played fine, but they let up too many easy baskets too. They left JR open, and they let Gibson have way too many easy looks. Cavs destroy the Knicks. Oh my lord. Oh my god, 139 points. LeBron 32, 10, and 11. You know he wants to beat New York every time he plays them. DeAndre Jordan 21 and 13. He's scoring a lot with LeBron. It is a fantastic relationship. Jordan Clarkson, great. Jeff Teague, so many assists. Fits like a glove next to LeBron. Teague, James, and Jordan are just thriving. Thriving. I mean, it's such a great fit. This is a very good team. Very good team. LeBron, DeAndre Jordan, getting rebounds, Jeff Teague. Everyone just, it's so much consistency. If they don't play defense, that's why they lose, because their offense clicks so well. And then you got the Knicks. Porzingis, alright. They can't put up 139, but this was a good game for the Knicks. Kanter and Porzingis get a lot of buckets. They let them have easy ones. They shot 8 of 13 from 3. Grant's been good. Brooks is better, and Burks. It's like Brooks and Burks, which is a tongue twister, always are playing good whenever Valentine and Moutier struggle. And the last game, the Warriors beat the Pistons pretty handily. Steph Curry scores 26 and 9, so that's nice. Clay scores 17. They're not going off, but they play team basketball, that's for sure. Draymond 10, 4, and 6. This is a nice, efficient game. Everybody was efficient. Wiggins didn't do much, but David West and Zach Randolph are coming on lately. Lance Stevenson is playing tremendous in this offense and this nice bench role. A lot of veterans on this team, and then Andrew Wiggins, the kid. But Curry, man, Curry's good. And on this side, Drummond played better. Blake played well. They were outmatched. That's a better team that they played. They did not play a poor game. Reggie Bullock could have played a little better. Ricky Rubio should not be taking 10 shots. Yeah. They got better veterans on the other side. All right. Standings. The Toronto Raptors are in first place. They are undefeated, and they are 5-0. Charlotte is in second place. They are 4-2. The formula is Dwight Howard, a bunch of nice role players, and scoring. Very interesting. Cleveland's 4-3. They climbed back up from that drought that they were in. Brooklyn is 4-3. Brooklyn is 4-3, man. I don't know how that's supposed to be done. They're in fourth place. They're a playoff team. Miami's 3-2. Orlando went winless this week. They're back down to 3-3. Boston's 3-3. Some growing pains, but Kyrie's playing tremendous. Pacers, steady Pacers, man. 3-3. Victor Oladipo and Miles Turner. Team's not playing bad. Pistons 3-4. A bad week for the Pistons. They need more offense. The Knicks 2-3. You kind of expect that. It's developing time, and they're a fun team, but at least they're not winless at this stage. Washington Wizards only 2-4. They sacrificed their bench. Gasol is playing well. Wall and Beal have been up and down. Justin Holiday's been good, but the bench I don't think is really here. They did not play too well in their last two matchups. Sixers, still some growing pains. They only went 2-4. The Bucks went 2-1 this week. So after a very slow start, they are playing a bit better. in Milwaukee. Atlanta is 2-5. They are getting some solid wins. And the Chicago Bulls are 1-4. They are a train wreck to say the least. I expect Milwaukee, Philly, and Washington to be 500 by next week, or a little concerning. And then in the West, Minnesota is 5-1. They're in first place. Oklahoma City is 5-1. The Phoenix Suns are 5-1 without like any stars. They're just playing good team basketball. Houston is 5-2, as is Golden State. So the powerhouses are playing well, and I expect these four teams, man, are something else. They're all so good. Dallas is 4-3. You can't ask me about that. I have no idea how the flying fuck Dallas is 4-3 when they're so up and down. It is disgusting. Memphis 3-3. That's very encouraging because they are developing. They don't have Mike Conley. New Orleans is 3-3. They're 500. They're still getting to know each other. That's good. Denver's 3-3. They had a bad week. They lost their last three. They were 3-0, but Denver still young. Clippers 2-3, so they climbed up. I guess they won one, lost one. It looks like, didn't play that many games this week, so they'll probably be better. Portland 2-4. The bench is really letting them down, as is the Stars. Sacramento's only 2-4. They're still developing, but they did get some good wins. The Spurs are 2-4. They are not that good basketball team when they have a lot of like good talent around them. The Lakers are 2-4. They're getting some nice wins. They're a fun team to watch. We don't really mind if they lose. But Utah's 0-6 with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. And the Reggie Jackson trade, and the Danilo Gallinari trade. Danilo's not playing for them. They're not paying off. Trading all those good players for one-year guys and trying to do like a one-year push is definitely not paying off. They can't win. They give up 123 points a game. They need better defense for sure. So the best team is... best team right now is probably Minnesota. They're only allowing 99 points a game. The differential's 17. It's unbelievable. Stats. League leaders. Durant with 32. Alright, star power by Avery Bradley on a losing team, 22 off the bench. Much more standard now. Rebounds. Karl Towns has taken the lead. Those are all great centers. Really good centers everywhere. Assists. LeBron is just leading by a small margin. LeBron is leading. He's having a great time. Steals. Oladipo. His defense is phenomenal. Porzingis still blocking shots. Leading in 3 points is Kevin Durant. Getting a lot of nice looks. And Wayne Ellington, told you. Is there 6 Man of the Year stats? I don't know. Off the bench. Here we go. That was hard to find, but Avery Bradley is 6 man right now. He's playing very well. Jalen Jones is off the bench. Okay. But yeah, Avery Bradley should probably be a starter. He will be next week. The rookie report. Donovan Mitchell playing very well. He's looking excellent, but the team is losing. That's what's important. They don't have a win. And that is it for the this week. This video was too long.